Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan Fradenburgh. I'm a real estate guy from the internet, and I'm today here with August Biniaz. How you doing today, August?
Great, man. Thank you for having me. Nice to see you
Oh,
again.
de- yeah, for sure, for sure. Now I'll get you that challenge link in the chat, and I'll start playing as soon as that gets going or whatever. But to let you know what's going on, yes, we're real estate people, and these little black and white squares, it's a form of real estate. However, there is nowhere near the monetary value of the real estate here. But me personally, I got into real estate through tech and building online funnels for different companies, and then eventually made the jump into commercial real estate. August, you want to introduce yourself while you're trying to hit that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
August Biniaz. I'm the co-founder of CPI Capital, a real estate private equity firm with its focus on acquiring multifamily value-add assets, mainly in Florida. We do have properties across the Sun Belt, but our focus currently is Florida, mainly Tampa and Jacksonville. And yeah, very active on LinkedIn. That's about it.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so I don't know if you have a chess.com account. It might
I
ask
do.
you a few more questions. Oh, okay, cool.
I do.
So
I'm
once
just
you
trying to find out what my login is because it's always logged in. So
Right. Right. Yeah, it's I like to log in with like the Google or one of those social media services or whatever. But let me fill in everybody what's going on here. Like obviously, people who are in real estate generally would rather be working on a deal or finding out what's going on in a particular market, but we're on the internet, and if you're on the internet, you have to do something a little bit strange just to make sure that people actually pay attention. And August, I don't know if you've seen the show. It's called Hot Ones, where they eat the spicy chicken
yes,
wings. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That was part of the idea. I thought they had a cool idea of interviewing over a potentially awkward situation, but over chess, it's not so much awkward as you start to resent your opponent for
Yes.
kleptoing all your pieces, and it's kind of tough to keep your cool for some people, and then other people they don't really care, and we'll see how that goes. But one thing that always reminds me of you and your wife August, it's your Canadian roots, and that's mostly because half the time when I tell people I'm Canadian, they're like, "Oh yeah, do you know August Neva?"
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
I know.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly,
That
exactly. It's
that
happened
I
a few
I guess
times.
I guess we've done a decent job on the marketing side, but
Definitely, definitely. Okay, cool. So we're still figuring that out. As far as what's new for the show for other people who are looking around at the other episodes, of course, this might get edited out, but we actually gave blitz matches a try with George Roberts III out of Michigan. If you know him, so that was 5 minute games, and it's hard enough to keep a coherent conversation going normally in a podcast, but when you have a chess game going on, it's just a whole new level of difficulty.
yes.
So it'll be lots of fun. So maybe I can give you some troubleshooting there on what's
I'm
happening.
resetting my password.
Yeah,
So
that'll do it. That'll do it. So, how's the weather down in Florida? We actually, I'm up in Ottawa, Canada, and last week we actually hit the 90s for about 3 different days in a row, which is like that's unusual for here. Down there, it's not that weird. But how's that Florida weather treating you there, August?
it's been pretty hot. I mean, gosh, it's Florida, but it's not as hot as last year when we moved here. So maybe we're getting kind of used to the weather here, but it's definitely hot. It's humid as well. So
Hmm.
coming from Vancouver, it's definitely been a big change. But
I bet.
you know, rolling through the punches.
Right, exactly. You get plenty of humidity as well, just like over here. All right, we got it, and I'm white, so I'm going to start off this way. I'm really
All right.
excited about this. I was especially excited because I posted on LinkedIn about my match with Yona Weiss,
Nice.
and I remember you commented that ooh, looks like White's in trouble. And in that exact point, White was in fact in trouble. So that made me go, oh, cool. So if we end up playing, we're going to have a good game. And I see you got a nice rating right there as well. I'm
Let's
gonna
see
do this
my
first.
rating.
Yeah, you're
Oh, nice.
1226. It says, yeah,
Got
in
it.
rapid. So is rapid the format that you tend to prefer,
I
or?
play a 10-minute blitz.
Mm-hmm.
I play
Nice.
a 10-minute blitz. Yeah.
All right. So now like that. I'm doing a Queen's Gambit here.
Sounds good.
So, but so, and then to my recollection, like August, I know that you do asset management and the different financier relations, the investor relations part of the business. Do you do that through a fund, or do you do it in being serial GPs? How do you do that?
We utilize a syndication model in our business, really, and so it's project specific. We source a deal that makes sense for us and our investors, and then syndicate that deal. We put it together, and syndication really means putting together a project specific fund, so investors have exposure just to that one deal that you're putting together.
Yeah, I like that a lot better personally, even though it's sometimes tough to make it work as a syndicator. I think I just like the fact that there's a higher amount of legal recourse because you wouldn't have to go through you wouldn't have to go through the fund in order to go after a bad player, and that's the issue, is that like it sounds a bit silly to be putting this way, I think, but I do think that often people assume that that there was some sort of I guess I could say just poor management skills or something like that, and that's the reason why returns weren't paid or something like that. But frequently it is things that are out of the person's control. If insurance doubles or something like that, it's a very easy way for a deal to end up upside down. But at least if you are directly investing, then you know the person who's really running the show. You know who to talk to, and I think that that's a much better option here. And I confess I'm being a little bit more careful here than I am in a lot of the other episodes of Chess with Commercial Real Estate Investors.
Okay.
So, but I'm trying not to leave too much empty space.
Just for me to understand, one thing is that I'm supposed to stay on the other screen and play, right? I don't come back here because it's.
I got two screens. You can do what you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Okay.
But one thing I should say to you, just more for the audience's sake, is that August can't hear the sound effects that happen. I know we haven't had it. Oh, we've only had a couple of pawn captures so far, but actually, if I do it that way. But the sound effects can be quite distracting because, like a bishop will take a knight into the sound of some of you getting hit in the face with a shovel.
Oh, really? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
That's an option that chess.com has?
No, it's added in post production because what I'm up to, I'm trying to get more people in the real estate space to who basically leave some content going in the background as they go about their day, as they're doing their emails or something like that. And I found that the cat and mouse aspect of chess, I think, is really neat.
It's also trying to maybe distract your opponent by keep asking him questions, so we could,
Yes, that's all right. I'm just gonna go out on a whim and try this. But I did feel like I felt like I kicked a puppy with a couple of my guests, where especially Kevin Leonce out of Trinidad. I don't know if you've met him, but I was definitely distracted distracting him on a few different things, like talking about if if white people can dance, and that's good to throw people off in a
Yes.
podcast, I think. Let's try. Wow, you're really not giving me a whole lot of really straightforward options here. But let's do this. So we immediately have an imbalance. This should be fun. But who ended up teaching you chess? August?
My father.
Nice, nice. Okay, this is going to become a problem fast. Okay. So I'm going to have to blow some stuff up. Okay. So if I do it right. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. All right. So was chess like a special occasion thing, or was it did you have a long stint where you played a lot with your father, or?
No, yeah, it wasn't a traditional. I mean, it wasn't like a tradition to play at certain times or dates. It was just, yeah, it was more leisurely, so we would play when we could. But yeah, it's a game that's very interesting to
Mhm.
me. I've really enjoyed it, for many years.
Right, right, exactly. So, speaking of, let's get back to real estate a little bit then. And like you mentioned, you use the syndication model, which is
Yes.
especially common in what I describe as larger properties. In other words, we're talking seven figures, eight figures, and up. Is usually how syndication ends up working. And I knew you through multifamily. Is multifamily a main focus of yours, or has it diversified into industrial or anything else, or
No, no,
what are the
multifamily
focuses?
is our main focus. Multifamily value add. So,
Hmm.
and what that really means is projects that are already built, already stabilized, but they're in need of some level of renovation. So,
Hmm.
we go in and do the renovations and increase the value by those means. And yeah, that's our focus, particularly in the Tampa and Jacksonville market. So yeah, we want to be in those markets. We want to keep doing those deals and really try to uh, from there, increase our footprint in the market, really.
Hmm. Hmm. Excellent, excellent. And so you say value add. So that could let's see here. What am I going to do with this queen? It's a very, very closed game we've got on the go now. Okay, so that's covering over there. That's kind of neat. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, he's covered there though. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, my passive playing is it's not working out so well so far. Okay. Yeah, I'll just stack. I don't like that move, but it's a
Hmm.
move.
Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, what else is exciting in the world of things? My main thing that I did as a pivot, so I started off learning from single family because I was running the tech for a company in Ohio that was flipping about 10 they were doing 10 single family house transactions a month. So maybe they'd buy eight and sell two, but there were always house transactions going on, and that's how I ended up learning it. And then once my old boss started pursuing multifamily, uh, I, I figured that that was a much better route for a guy from the internet to pursue. And
Okay.
and so that's what I ended up doing. But we our first interaction online, the big one was the chance encounter interviews that I have that are featured on dandoesdeals.com. There's now over 360 of them, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's a lot. And so part of that was just getting to know more people in the space, and more importantly, getting down to brass tacks and finding out what exactly is it that you do in this industry, so I can either find somebody who uh, uh, is looking for exactly that thing, or if there's overlap in my business, then we're pretty good. But by that same token, I'm sure you can understand that I the other play I was up to. Yeah, that's interesting. The other play I was up to was basically low hanging fruit. So I don't want to turn around to somebody who says, "Oh, I'm in, I like industrial, or I like, triple net lease properties, this, that, or the other thing," and then turn around to them the next day with something to the effect of, "Yeah, but you want to buy an oil and gas opportunity?"
Hmm.
Yeah, I just much rather stay consistent and let's see. Yeah, yeah, I think I will do it that way. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I'd be up. Let's do it. Rock and roll. Let's get some fireworks going.
Let's do it.
This is fun. But so the lowest hanging fruit, it actually serendipitously ran this January, ran me straight into one of my chance encounter guests. During the chance encounters, I say, hey, because of my background, I'm always eager to meet more deal sponsors, because between moving back and forth to the other side of the world a few times, and the financial impact of that sort of decision,
Hmm.
it means that I'm deal sponsor dependent, and he was looking for someone who will take care of the technology and marketing side of things, and he's been in the mortgage banking industry since the 80s.
This is
And
your boss you're talking about? Forgive me.
yes, that's right. The guys who I'm working with now, and that's for a debt fund that it seems like it's not going to be doing much as far as the multifamily, so much as residential, and then the residential piece is only really involved as collateral, it appears. So the thing I like about that is I don't want to be telling people, hey, check this out. Oh, I missed it. I missed, mate. You got me. Now we're going to hit a rematch. Well done. Good
Great,
stuff.
great.
I totally gapped out on that. Yeah, I
Do
didn't
we
even see that it was happening.
do we
Yep.
rematch right away?
I'd like to, unless you're out of time.
Oh,
How
no,
you
no,
doing
I'm
for time?
not. We can do another match. Sure.
All right, cool. Let's do it. And we'll do it against black. Nice. All right. So now I really have to pay more attention. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll match that. So there you go. Yeah, it's funny. I 100% was on hosting mode and didn't see that mate that I blundered.
Just
Good
keep in
stuff.
mind that I'm going to be bragging about this all over social media, Dan.
That's fine. I'm quite clear on the fact that I am not the best chess player in commercial real estate.
Oh, no, no,
That's
you're good. You're good.
that's fun. All right. So yeah, I guess even though Sicilian is probably a better approach on this one. You're really gonna fried liver me? That's your idea? I know a few different approaches on this one. Which one do I want to do this time? Sure, let's do this.
Oh, all right. Hmm. Interesting.
You can have the rook if you want. Okay. So then I have to think for a second to remember this line.
Sure.
Let's see here. It wasn't that. Wasn't that. Maybe it's that. That doesn't have any cover. That's what it used to be. Oh, right. I think that was the line. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, it's the actual remainder of the line of this line. It's escaping me. I know this is close,
Mm-hmm.
and that nasty little queen rook fork is a huge part of that fried liver. So if I do that, that'll do that. What else can I do? I can also do that. I don't want to do that. That's covered from right there. There's no way that's what it was. But it might be. Am I going to do it anyway? I might. Actually, that's even better, isn't it? Yeah. Another thing that's fun about just media production and things like that, it's you end up having all these habits that you forget you have. And one of them in particular is if there's silence in a recording, that
Yep.
usually means there's hardware failure, like a microphone went dead or something like that. And
Yes.
so, oh yeah, you need to edit that. But not when they're playing chess during a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's this game's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. So as far as other hobbies, there, August, what's your idea of a good time when you're not taking care of a small child that needs constant attention?
I'm an avid skier, so I do that. I love skiing with
Mhm.
friends. I swim, I jog, I go to the gym. Let me see. I play chess.
Clearly.
Yes.
Yeah. And did you study specific openings, like the names of the different moves? Okay,
I haven't got to that level to study openings
gotcha.
and chess
Gotcha.
theory and openings and chess books. No, I'm somewhat self-taught and just I played a few games over time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do that. It's gonna go there, and that's signal for me, which is bad. And I'll hang that. Yikes. Sack there.
This is actually a great idea that, playing chess and chatting, it's very enjoyable.
Well, the other thing too is it also gets people off script, right? And
Yeah.
I like having people off script.
Yes.
It Yeah, I am going to do that.
Okay. Check.
Hmm. Yeah. And now yeah, so now I will take the rook. Right. That changed very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. this is good. The other thing too, so in our house, one way that we approach chess is that if there's an obvious blunder,
Yes.
we'll just let you undo, just because it, like, honestly, like, like for us it's a podcast and like first time playing, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have undos. But I think that in general,
Hmm.
uh, it makes more sense, because like, who wants to win a game where the other person was clearly winning except for one mistake?
That's right.
It Yeah, it's just not as sporting. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Let's see here. Hmm.
But yeah, these days chess is also really good just for getting kids off of the screens.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
yeah, having a physical board, interacting with it. But here we go. And of course, the other thing that I struggle with, which is kind of funny, is that my manners come out when I play chess in a way that I basically shouldn't allow. It's like, oh no, I don't want to, inconvenience you, so I should hurry up and make a move. It's like, no, I have a little timer there with the exact amount of time that I should be using. Like, we're on move 11. We're using a little bit less time than we ought to. I'd say we should probably beat down to like 9 minutes if we were really competitive. But so I like that move, and I know I can trade queens no matter what. But I think I'll do this first though instead. Wow, what a position! I'm being very bad by not developing enough. There you go. But were you always a summer person, or more of a? Well, you mentioned skiing, so you have plenty to do in the winter, and that's nice.
Oh yeah, but uh, I'm definitely a summer person.
Nice, nice. Okay. So is that what I do? Oh, or is that what I do? I need to calculate really, really bad. Um. Yeah, I guess. Hmm. Well, that's a spicy spot, isn't it? Both of those are spicy spots. Hmm. That's a good move. Oh wow. Is that how I'm gonna do it? Honestly, that's what I should do. Yeah, all right. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna regret that down the road. Probably not though, because I think that's it. I think you have to block with your queen.
I think so. Yeah, good game.
For sure. For sure.
game.
And honestly, that's my favorite outcome. I'm so happy to have one each. That's like maybe it's the Canadian peacekeeper thing. You know, I just don't like right? But thank you so much for joining. Now, of course, I know you're super duper active on LinkedIn and on Facebook as well. Me, I'm constantly on LinkedIn, so that's definitely where you should reach me. But what are the best ways to reach out if you're interested in what you offer there, August?
Yeah, LinkedIn would be really the best place. August Biniaz on LinkedIn. Check out our website, cpicapital.com. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And then the only other thing I want to mention to everybody in the audience, YouTube doesn't pay for these videos yet, but we are getting lots of traction. I know that we had not quite 200 new subscribers in the last month, but it's somewhere in that neck of the woods, so we're getting more and more traction there. All that the subscribe button actually does is it means that my videos may show up on your list of suggestions, but YouTube doesn't actually care too much about who you're subscribed to. They care more about who pays to make you see their videos, and that's kind of not my deal. But really, honestly, I just appreciate you spending this time with me because it really does mean a lot to me, just like August. Thanks for joining. This has been awesome.
Absolutely. I'll add you as a friend on chess.com and maybe we can play again.
Definitely, definitely. This is going to be a long-term recurring show, so I look forward to your next appearance on Chess with Commercial Real Estate Investors. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Does nothing but put more money in the pot.
Right.
If we talk about just the investor side, I mean, Shane talked about the sponsor side a little bit. I'll talk about the investor side. Okay, so you want the most money in terms of return with the least risk. All right, you want to do it yourself, you can go get 13 or 14%. You're going to do all the underwriting, it's not going to be passive.
If you bet, probably not.
I think I'd have to bet at least 2,500 before they fold.
And the pot is
4,000.
4,000. Yeah, I think you're right, but I'd rather just check.
Okay.
First position, you have the right of collection and the right of foreclosure or sheriff's sale, well, you know, wherever you're at.
Hey there, are you interested in commercial real estate deals? Would you like to build your network of investors and deal sponsors? Well, the best thing I can do for you is have you appear on a chance encounter interview as featured on dandoesdeals.com. You may know me from 506B or as a top commercial real estate voice on LinkedIn. And if I had to think of the top factors in your success in commercial real estate, my top two would be your network and your ability to effectively explain how deals work with effective communication. The 15-minute chance encounter format, it checks both of those boxes, and they ensure that you can share your private deals with me without the SEC calling it a public solicitation. So hop onto LinkedIn. You can see my name is over here, Dan Fradenburgh, and search for my name. And the best way to reach me and book that is to message me through LinkedIn. And don't worry, it doesn't matter if you decided to enter this space just last week or 2 weeks ago, or if it was decades ago. It'll be fun and easy to look good. We're just asking multiple choice questions based on your core competencies you look to contribute, your level of sophistication, all that kind of stuff. So I hope to hear from you.